me, I'll just play the tuning forks 3 times. Well, check in. This is Hasina checking in from Newcastle, South Africa. And I'll just use 3 words like love, light, aliveness.
This is Amelie checking in from Vierhouten in the woods of Holland. And my words are bees, bees and bees.
Hello, this is Moses Robert checking in from Uganda. Today I woke up thinking, am I a great ancestor? Am I going to be a great ancestor? What can I do to be a great ancestor? Grand and grandchildren, they need to recognize me as a great ancestor. So I'm happy to meet you all this morning. Thank you.
Harry, you're muted.
I'm Kara calling in from TVA, France. And was raspberries, focus working, deleted all my work. Oh.
Juliet calling in from Cork, Ireland. So happy to see all the sun with you, Amalia. We have another rainy day here. Cool and rainy, but beautiful. And just so happy to see all of you.
This is Katrin calling in from Germany, Düsseldorf. It's sunny. And my main word, my main mood today is to be courageous.
Good morning, Annelies from Vreeland calling in. I had such a wondrous morning. I was going through some old notes and then I noticed how much our words bring in the world and that they reveal themselves in time. So exactly, that was in a way a wake-up call. So to be mindful what words we want to use also in our writing, and also a lot of gratefulness for being in this space where this all connects and is aligned and comes together. So yes, I love to co-create together with you today.
Hello, I'm Lynn, and I'm from England in the southeast in the county of Kent. And well, I've got the coast quite near me, the Channel, and the Thames sort of 20 miles north of me as well. So I'm very pleased today because the sun's shining. I feel quite different. I feel as if I should go and live somewhere where the sun's shining all the time, because I sort of, it lifts me. And although I sort of think of love and light when it's dark, when the energy is dark in the winter, it's lovely to remember these times where we have the sun and the colour of the flowers and the trees. So, and I'm very glad to be here. And my word I got immediately when I thought of one was content, to be content. Thank you.
Morning, good to be here. Good to see you all, really lovely. I somehow dropped into a YouTube or some kind of message around Lemuria and the lessons of the heart, and then also about the Akashic records, and they started to speak about whales and dolphins, and I was kind of going, whoa, wow, this is really beautiful. Kind of distracted me from all the other things, but I just continued to listen. So if you want, I can share it in the WhatsApp later. I thought it, but they also connected to diplomacy and the power of words, like you were saying, Annelies. And so yeah, it was actually beautiful. And so I feel very open-hearted and inspired, and happy to share some of my conversations that I've been having around the activations of the bioregions later on in this call, but present, I would say. Check.
Ania, whenever you're ready.
Good morning. I'm checking in from my beautiful garden, which is inspired still from my last exhibition last week, and a beautiful, encounter with people. I did not sell one of my pictures, but I had beautiful conversations, and I talked about my art and the environment, and providing a good environment where encounters are possible. So I'm here and I'm present. Good morning to each and every one of you.
And before I just give over to Anna Marie for whatever she wants to share, Amelie, I know I kind of cut you short with your Women's Festival. If you're not complete, please share anything you'd like to around that. You good?
Yes, I'm fine. I just shared a little bit. That's okay.
Okay. Okay. Anna Marie, anything you want to share?
Was I here last week, or was it the week before? I've kind of lost track.
And not last time, I don't think.
Oh, the time before. Okay. So how is the energy here around the bioregional activation ceremonies on the 8th of the 8th? Is that still alive in your hearts? Should I share something more about that? No? Okay, good. So I spoke with Doug Tolchin. He has been for decades looking into the bioregions and creates these maps, these beautiful images and maps of bioregions. And he is the one that I've been working with, also with Adriana, because he was also one of the allies in Palenque. And one of the focus points out of Palenque is to manifest more clearly, come out, and also connect even more within and between bioregions as a pathway to further unite humanity and restore Mother Earth. What he has been developing, and Cara, you of course are also very much connected to this kind of work with Cascadia and with Joe Brewer. In Doug's approach, he's saying put the animals first, because people tend to be able to come together and overcome all kinds of differences for the animals. Although here in the Netherlands, we're having some challenges around the wolf, but still we're not killing them immediately. We are having conversations. So people tend to be able to overcome more of their differences through animals. So restore the original animal population within your bioregion within as short as possible time is one of the focus points when we're designing purposes for the bioregional approaches. That's his offering. And for that, he has created with the people in the Salish Sea in his area near Vancouver and Bellingham. Yes, Cara, he will join, I'm sure. He has made a We the People proclamation in which people in a certain bioregion can put their signature and say, yes, we're going to do this. Let's get together and work on this task to do that. And I can send you also an example of the proclamation, but you can also see it at the website for the sanctuaries. I'll give that link as well. So he was the one that was speaking about, one of the ones, because I'm sure there are others, about the Lion's Gate and the power of the 8th. And I brought back to him that we've been speaking about doing it on the 8th of the 8th, and then on the 9th of the 9th, and the 10th of the 10th, and the 11th of the 11th, and he got totally excited. But for the 8th of the 8th, in his bioregion of the Salish Sea, he is really going to do an event where people come together, where they meet, and where they can really get together, put their signatures there, they receive a map of the bioregions with all beautiful pictures and photos, with on the backside the proclamation. So really creating momentum in that bioregion in all kinds of different places, as if you're going to your to cast your vote, let's say, but you also go, but you don't need to put your passport there, but you are signing officially that you're standing for this. And he's really playing with, doing it on the cycles of 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and then at 6 come together again in parties, come together 22 people at a time, so that you can really, and intergenerationally, inviting the first tranche of people, so that you get the people get the opportunity to really connect and to speak with each other. So not kind of like mass, set a signature and go, but really create something around it. So that's his vision, where they will also be going to a specific location with a specific group there in the Salish Sea, where you have an overview, going there in the dark, carrying a light, seeing the sun up, which gives light to the world, celebrating, and then from there going to the location where the first 22 people come at 10. There will also be a fire keeper. The 8th fire will be lit on that place where they start in the morning, and in the evening at the end of the day, the fire will be released. And yeah, seeing then the idea that we spoke about as a master day of monthly celebration. What he's offering is that if we want one of these maps of our own bioregion, that he will make it. I don't know if anybody has ever seen those maps. I made a picture. I can put it in our WhatsApp. They're very beautiful. They're very pretty. And that is on purpose, because he really wants people, and he sees that also happening, that people save the maps. Yeah, so it's not just a map, but you kind of like, and I have them hanging here in my house. So it's true. They're beautiful. Because that, of course, keeps reminding you of the importance of the bioregion, of how it is feeding you, how you are relating to it and feeding it back, and how there is a relationship like that. So he's doing it in the Salish Sea. Joe Brewer is connecting to the people that are doing it also in Cascadia, where Doug is also going. With the Mayan groups, the different Mayan groups that were in Palenque, the Mayan region is being done, which reaches from Mexico, different parts of Mexico, Ecuador, what's the other country? Well, anyway, that country in the middle Americas. So, and he was excited to hear that Ashoka and Common Lands are weaving 10 bioregions in Europe, which I will also connect to. And there are, and you of course are also all in your own regions that you are very connected to. So that already brings together quite a lot of energy. So what is happening also on the 8th of the, no, I'll first pause because you might have some questions or remarks or whatever, otherwise it's too long. Any responses? Feel free.
I don't know any one of the beautiful souls that you mentioned, Anna-Marie. So can I get a little bit more information about everything online? Yes, I would inform myself a little bit more, because I'm not so deep in that topic, because I want to join, as you know, in Costa Rica to make a field of love there on the 8th. Beautiful. Annelies. So on that bioregion homepage, or where do I find these detailed information about what you said right now?
Yes, I'll put the link in the
Thank
chat.
you so much.
I just have to look at the right link.
Yeah.
Look at the B of Amélie.
I didn't see Amelie. I was looking elsewhere. Yeah. So you are lucky, and a happy place. Amazing. Wow.
We cannot live without bees.
No. And the maps, how the maps are looking, is also something
You look
very.
at, I just put a photo. If you look at the WhatsApp, you can see a picture.
Oh, okay.
I just took it. I just took a quick picture. The lower ones are not from Douglas, but the higher ones of the marine sanctuaries are.
Ania?
Thank you for this beautiful introduction to this topic. I saw some of I think a graphic recording which Kara or somebody else shared last week in our chat. So is it an offer that we can get into contact with him to be included in some kind of global map for our special local bioregions. Did I understand that in the right way? Because I just had a tour with a friend in our area here, which is lovely and rural and also very beautiful, and also a little bit a safe space, let me say, of bioregional in a bioregional sense, but not marked on some kind of map. So is it only for this, let me say, top spots like Salish Sea, which is a very wide area, or is it also to connect and to have some kind of map there for our local bioregions, which we see as to be marketed there?
So what he's offering is that he will make the maps that we ask for. And it helps, and I shared, of course, about, and he knows that. He's done that for Karin, for Four Worlds Europe. I have to look it up, or I'll ask her to post it. He's made some maps of this area. They're probably on his website. I have here a story, a blog, but it's not his website that I'll post. So he's offering to make it so if we ask for, and the more specific we are, also giving some sacred sites or some places where we feel it's important, the more easier it is for him to bring that in, and to also create that with his technician that does that. So it's not that he's just drawing it, he really does the underlying research for that. So sites, cities, geolocations, what you want, because then he'll give you something, a map, and it's seeing it as a starter set for your bioregion. It can then be, he likes to give perspectives. So if you see on the picture that I have just offered, you'll see one is showing the whole of the Americas, and then it can go into, he can zoom in. Sometimes he gives the other one with the colors are the watersheds, only giving the rivers and the watersheds in the different colors in the Americas on a certain scale, but then you can also zoom in. So he gives all these other ways because he's just saying that makes you look at a different way at your reality, and that helps us to connect to it.
Could you please give his full name so that, because I know that I linked with him 2 weeks ago, but thank you.
So we are going to coordinate. So I would really ask us to all do it together, and that Hasina and I collect it, or one of you. I don't need to be in that. By the way, I'm on holiday, so I can imagine we make a little project group. Then he can't. He's in Vancouver, in Bellingham, which is near Seattle, Vancouver, that area. So he can't possibly come to this call. That's terrible. But we can perhaps find a moment one time in our evening that is more sufficient for him to have a call together. He would love to do that. Yes, Cara, I'm sure if I ask him to do something with Earthstock, he'll say yes, if he can, if he's there. Yeah, he loves to share the story. So his name is... So I'll give you the Sanctuary website, because then you can already see the maps that are already there, because he's already made some of them. But like I said, he said, it might not be there tomorrow. If you ask for it, he'll need time because they do the research, etc., etc. Then it has to be made. But he will try and get it to us if we ask him, the coming week, let's say, as quickly as possible, preferably on the 8th, of course. But then also we can continue. And I spoke with him about a list of 15 to 20 bioregions, places that we would like to have a map of. So he's very generous in that sense, because it is a lot of work. And that's how we can start. Yeah.
May I ask, I'm a bit confused about the term bioregion then, because I always considered a bioregion to be a very large area that's that has a certain temperature, waters, humidity, etc., which could encompass quite a few countries. But it sounds like he's bringing a microscope into and making it. What are the criteria for defining a bioregion? Do you know?
No, I don't know, but he does. He definitely has a definition for that. But what he's asking is that, so maybe you just say, so what he's asking is, say your area, give us sites, cities, geolocation or something like that, and he will create maps. And he creates a map. He likes to see it in a bioregion, but then he also can zoom in and he likes to see it from different sides. I'm gonna get the right website so we can look at it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I also saw bioregions like that, Juliet. And it's very interesting, just like learning that it can be honed in. Yeah.
And he's also, you know, the Salmon Nation is that whole piece along the west coast of Canada, from above Vancouver all the way down to California. That's too large a space for people to strongly connect to. So he's looked, you can zoom in. So yes, it's one bioregion, but then, and I don't know all the official words. And so I think just for the sake of helping people to understand that they need to look at the bio, that they have to look at the nature, that they have to connect to that, the place where they are in and at. His focus is, how can we enhance participatory democracy and let people really connect to who we strongly are in relationship to nature and the place we're at. That's his purpose. And he's found out in his own area, by testing it out, by doing all kinds of things, that this is a way that up till now, in his context, is working. He has been able to manifest and bring people together. And we're seeing that also in other areas, just like also the test. And I don't have that map yet, Annelies, but it will come, because we're connecting to see which bioregion that we can work with. You'll probably see it if you look at Ashoka. And so, yeah.
Amelie?
My question was, Annemarie, you mentioned we do it as a group. So who is coordinating? I am living here in a holy area of old Germanic shamanistic vibrations. So who is coordinating that we can
It's up
together?
to us. Up to you here. It's up to you all. I'm offering this. I'm connecting it, keeping it aligned, bringing in the information that I'm hearing from other places. And whoever of you want to coordinate, I would say we could create a little group, and then I can connect you to him, and then you can do it, and you don't need to, you know. But so we're seeing this as from bridging continents. It's a really important next step. And the invitation to here is, who wants to be involved and who wants to take a role in keeping us organized and aligned, so that, you know, he doesn't get 20 from us, but that we coordinate it in a way so that we can really, because I'm also connecting this to people in Africa and to, you know, with Hasina looking in South Africa, in looking at where we're doing. And we probably won't all need to be able to do it perhaps for the 8th of the 8th, although that seems to be an important, energetic, cosmic moment. And it's also a moment that Elon Musk will be presenting, unveiling 3 huge solutionary technologies for the future that will have huge impact on humanity. So there's also kind of like to see, how can we make sure that, yes, the technology that's part of our creative expressions as humans. How do we enhance that and make sure that it serves us as all life? So I would say maybe look into it, and if you want to play a specific role, come back to us, or we decide it now here who wants to do what, whatever. I'm trying to make the connections and then hand it over because I will be on holiday. I won't be here on the 8th.
I can start a group, a WhatsApp group.
Yes. Is that a good answer, Emily, or do you want some? Is it not? Amelie? Sanctuary. I'm trying to type at the same time.
I wait till it comes more clear of a connection point.
I like to take a role as bringing forward 2 regions I'm connected with. And I like to activate one of them, that is Drenthe, where I'm there on the 8th of the 8th with a tribe of people that are all, well, for a week connected to Drenthe. But we might work on inquiring into what animals are there, what sacred places are there. So we might bring that in during that week. I would love to do that just as a practice. So I say yes to being a team member. I say also yes to being some kind of an assistant to the leads, but I cannot lead.
Anya has her hand up.
I just had the impulse of bringing in that we wanted to meet in person or hybrid, some in person and some maybe on distance. So I just give the impulse and the idea in maybe to meet at the 8th of August in person, wherever that is possible, or in small groups on site, and then connect together. And I'm also asked to put myself into a position of guiding a sweat lodge. And so I'm bringing that in as an impulse because that's a ceremony of activating. And so I'm bringing that in if it is a possibility to meet at the 8th of August and have a lodge together. So I'm just bringing that in, and let's play with that.
Robert?
Yes, thank you. It's a good idea to save the next generation if we consider respecting our regions and we consider balancing the aspects and the nature while observing the freedom for these animals. Because first of all, animals, they don't talk like us. For us, we talk and we are the one who decide for them. But a bad chance, we are the one who decide to make them suffer, slaughtering, cage, everything. So it will be very great. And we human beings, we are created to to be a co-creator, but unfortunately, we are the one destroying our nature. So it will be a great project that can make us a great ancestors. It will be a shame if you grow and you leave your grandchildren cursing you for whatever you did, for whatever negative thing you did on this earth. So it's high time. What you have grown, the years, the age, what you have contributed, you need to double the effort until we achieve. And I will be happy if that project bioregion can be also propagated to Africa with a broad aspect, address all the aspects, human aspects, as well as freedom for these animals. And that one can help us to continue working together, being co-creating, and also innovative in saving the next generation. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Great. And so, yeah, let's see also in your area what kind of a map you would like. Meanwhile, I have put some links in so that you can see on the website. He also tries to find the original names, and so if you have that idea already, then that can also be helpful. The more information you give, so let's create a Google Doc in which we collect what kind of places we would like to have, and then put some data there, and then he will work on it.
Yeah, okay. I will put the links in the WhatsApp group, Robert.
They're on the website also, but it's easier access, so that's what I just tried to give you a quick few examples of what I know. And I haven't seen on this one yet the ones that he's done from the Netherlands and the North Sea area, the Dogger countryside from the Frisia, that the native lands of Karin and the other ladies of the Four Worlds Europe. I have to see whether they're here or that maybe she has to send them to me. So Anya's idea to come together, I think it's a lovely idea, Anya, and I hold it in my heart. But I will be in the mountains, or I think I'll be in Venice. I don't know exactly. My husband and daughters are planning our holidays in a tent, so I won't. I'll be in the tent, but I won't be online. So yeah, so I will not be joining on the 8th of the 8th, but I will hope that we can do something on the 9th of the 9th. The 10th of the 10th, I'll be in Africa with joining hands with Hasina, I hope.
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. I have one little thing. We could do something since we are in a tent. I'm also in a tent, sleeping in the fresh air under the sky. We might consider sleeping under the sky at that night and connect on that way and have some kind of an activation at a certain time, because as he is already, Doug, having this 2, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock, we might add something European for that.
Oh,
That we all are outside.
Yes, he would love that. He would love that.
That's a splendid idea. I have a grandmother's gathering on the 8th of the 8th doing a ceremony. And so I can connect and stay up in the night at the fireplace. I would really love that.
Oh, that would be really beautiful. That would be really beautiful.
As I told you last time, or I think it's 2 weeks ago, I'm gonna be in Costa Rica on the 8th of the 8th and also on the 9th of the 9th. And I would love to create a field of love there. And I'm just talking to a couple of people. I don't know which region it will be, but I'm thinking about it and making it a little bit more precise, a little bit more, yes, alive right now in the next weeks, and then I will let you know where it is gonna happen and how and when exactly, and how to connect then to all of you.
So are we all into this? And do we feel, or shall we maybe we do set up a separate WhatsApp group on bioregions? So Bridging Continents Bioregions, Hasina and I will set it up where we will put we will put some of these links in it as well, so that we can easily get back to it. And then I can ask also, I will introduce whoever wants to be a lead in this, or a host. Lead not meaning that you have to do everything, but who's holding the energy, and that I can then connect and introduce you to Douglas, and see how we can make sure that there is a very easy flow of information going back and forth, and not that I'm not the bottleneck. Yeah. Yes, they're two. I agree, Annelies. They're two separate roles. But I just wanted to make clear that with lead, I don't mean that you have to be organizing all kinds of stuffs. You know, we say when you're in our case with holacracy, when you're the lead, you make sure it is done but by who, that can be different. And then there's of course the energetic holding as well. Sure. Robert, go ahead.
Yes, also I'm happy to join you. If you create a WhatsApp group and you send it, I will be happy to join and learn from you. And I wanted to tell you that on August 22nd, we shall be presenting in the Astok Summit. It will be Thursday, and we shall be presenting in Astok Summit virtually and also physically. Those who will be physically, they will be in Colorado, and virtually for those from Africa who cannot manage to travel. So I'm happy to invite you all to see our presentation. We are very many organizations, around 3 organizations from Africa, who are going to present virtually, and it will be led by Michael on this. And we are looking at how we can do the regenerative. And I'm happy to see Kara and Smack. They have been also participating in this talk with Michael. They also have information on this summit, and I'm happy to invite you. Kindly come and attend, and we'll see how we can work together. Thank you.
I'm going to be there physically in Queston in that week. And Robert, I'm going to add you to my Uganda WhatsApp group that I created last week because of the project that's going on. And I'm going to be in Uganda in September 28, I think, something like this, for 3 weeks. So I hope we meet then in Uganda in person.
That would be great.
Yeah, yes, we shall be able to host you, and you see our women, our children, what we have been doing on the ground, and you will be able to feel their atmosphere.
Yes, and I will add you to the group, and then you can join the next call, and then you can tell us a little bit about the region that you are in, so we can melt it a little bit together, the things going on in Uganda. It's amazing. It's an amazing energy there starting right now.
Yes,
Could we
great.
make it excuse me. Yeah. Could we make it a little bit more an African week or something like that? Because it feels like it's a lot happening in Africa. Annemarie is going to to Hasina. You are going to Uganda. I'm connected to Brau Mazingati in Malawi. And well, that might be a moment to also ignite a fire for Africa in a way, or for the bioregion, or what about that?
Great idea.
Just holding it.
Yeah.
Great, okay.
And Katrina, if you're going to be in Uganda for 3 weeks, I'm guessing when you would leave to go back home, it would just be around the time of the Integral African Conference You may decide you want to come there.
Oh, I just booked the flight yesterday, so let me check the flight dates. I think my flight back is on the 19th. My computer is just down. I forgot the cable, so I cannot look right now. I think on the 19th of October, I'm going to fly back to Germany.
Oh, I'll have to be back home already then.
Ah, okay. So maybe next time. Maybe there will be another possibility, because for me it's just the first step to work in Africa, but not the last. It's just the first step, and it's gonna grow. I feel that.
Yes, and for all of us then. So I spoke already with Douglas that I would also love to have already come up with the design for the maps for the big rivers, the important rivers.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yes.
And then for the Nile, so I would be we'll be reaching out to Mona, because she's doing a lot of work around the Nile. So for her to have that to be able to work with. And then we have, of course, Lake Victoria and that whole watershed in Zambia, Zimbabwe. To be honest, I don't know exactly what rivers are in feeding you, Robert, in Uganda, but I can imagine that in our spreadsheet, we put some of these important maps, and I would also love the bioregion of the Euphrates and the Tigris, as I was born there. So yeah, so to create our maps, and he said, don't be shy, and he'll see how far he can get. He's so energized and grateful for the fact that I'm picking his thing up, because he's been doing it in a kind of like a context, and that we're doing it now, and that you resonated like that. I immediately gave that back, and yeah, he's really excited about it. And so is Adriana, because it also, of course, fits so much our Bridging Continents vision. Lynn, go ahead, please.
Yes, hello. If you're setting up an African group, I'd be very pleased to do what I can for it, because I lived in Uganda in 1985, 1984, 85, briefly, until the horrendous coup we had there, which Robert will remember, and Kenya and Sierra Leone, and I was also in the Seychelles much earlier on a voluntary thing. So I'm happy to help with anything. I was going to offer, in case Robert needed anything, so I'd rather do it in a group if you set one up, and I don't know what yet, but I'm sure there'll be something I can contribute.
Wow, how amazing, Robert, that you have brought so much, that you're here, and there seems to be so much resonance already.
Yes, I mean, I was going to send Robert a message, but as this has just come up about setting up a group for Africa, which, there's a reason why I was in those different countries, and now I'm sitting here. So, yes, I had a difficult experience last year with somebody in Uganda, which was very unpleasant, because I couldn't get the money to them, and I've been having a problem ever since with him. But because Robert's in this group, and I also know Erica, Robert, so that's why I've been very cautious about where I've gone since, because that was a very unpleasant experience. So yes, I'm happy to. I was a little bit hurt by it, because I thought, I actually do want to do something in Uganda, because I feel very privileged that I was there, and because it's just so beautiful. And I was out there with my husband, because it's his job out there, and so I couldn't do anything after that. I was almost traumatized by it.
Aww.
So yeah, I'm not going to say
Yes.
who it is, Robert, but it was just and he's still trying to get in contact. I've got very nasty emails that I've kept, because I thought it may be something I may have to take up with somebody further up, but I'm just not open. I'm just deleting the emails that have come through again, because of the 99 days of peace, So but
Yes.
yes, I'd love to do this. Yeah.
Yes, that's great and nice to connect with you all. I'm looking forward to see how we can help these people. I'm happy to connect with you on WhatsApp. I'm going to leave my WhatsApp in the chat. I'm happy to connect with you to talk more how we can work together. Then to answer the Anna Maria, Uganda is a nature resource country with a diversity of rivers. That's what I can tell you. River Nile comes from Uganda and runs to Mediterranean Sea. We have Nile, we have River Kagera, we have Lake Bunyonyi. We have different, very many beautiful rivers, source of water. We have mountains. We have beautiful mountains. We have national parks. I think you know that Uganda, we happen to have these chimpanzees. These animals like looks like persons. And so Uganda is the diversity of nature living things. So if we can work on bio region, it will be very great to map those, especially those chimpanzees, especially those rivers, lakes, and those biggest mountains in Uganda. That one I will recommend. If we can zoom and we come up with that map, it will be very great. And also consider these neighboring countries, Kenya and other countries in Africa. We can zoom and we come up with a good rivers, lakes that are helping people to thrive. If we do this, we are aiming at becoming the great ancestors so that we should not be blamed by our grandsons. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. And also, I loved the way you were putting the animals, giving the animals more importance, because people are talking about the land all the time. But on the other hand, doing something for the land in this way will help the animals. So, you know, it will be the sort of circle, won't it, in the end? So, yes, thank you.
Can I speak?
Please go ahead.
We're opening up a connection with Africa, Uganda, and we are in a group. I will ask a second of silence for Lynn, that we healing out her traumatized experience. And on the way, we all connect in our hearts. I thank you for this meeting.
Thank you.
Checking out.
Thank you, Emily.
Well, what a great way to.
Thank you for that. That was very emotional and I felt it. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm happy to share with you some testimony. There is 2 weeks back when I came here, when I was so desperate, looking so with no hope. But Sabine, today she has not joined us. She happened to send me the recordings, 4 recordings. When I listened that recordings, I realized that I was healed internally, and now I thank Sabine for what she did to me, and I really encourage and thank Ameris for this kind of silence. It really works. For me, I have a great experience. Thank you.
Hey,
Be at peace, I am with you. Be at peace, I am with you. Be at peace, I am with you. I'm always here with you.
That's Sabine's, by the way. Yeah.
yes. So, are we complete? Is it, shall we, if everybody can, we'll put an invite to the WhatsApp group specifically for the bioregions activation ceremonies, and whoever wants to join comes there, and we'll see how we further evolve, and we'll create a Google Doc. Does anybody want to help already with that, so that it's not all on Hasina's shoulders, because I can't do those kind of things? Lynn, is that kind of thing that you also would like to do? No, that's not your thing.
I
Well,
think
this-
Annalise said she could do it. Was that what you're saying, Annalise?
Yes, I can help Hasina with that.
Okay, so
Let's see what wants to, because I have to also work my way into that. So it seems a good opportunity. Thank you.
okay, so we have a twosome to start with, great, and then we'll see, and this might be a beautiful reason also to invite other people in, because of course we're also open to, to invite other people in these areas to join us, and this could be something that is quite concrete, whilst we're also holding the space to have these emergent conversations as we do them. Okay, Hasina, up to you. We close.
Thank you, everyone. Gratitude. Just go with love and light. Bye.
Do we have a picture?
Oh, we could use
Let's
the
make a picture,
picture.
because I can send it to Douglas. He'll like that. Let's make a picture.
Okay, let's take one. Give me a second. Okay, done.
Great.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.